Hello, hi. Hello. Hello, can you hear me? Jacob Mwasi, Robert Rono, can you hear me? Hello, Jacob, please confirm if you can hear me. Hello, Robert Rono, can you hear me? Rono? Jacob Mwasi, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I'm not sure if I'm the one who has a connection problem or it's your problem. Your voice is breaking. I can't hear you well.
Yes, sir.
Please, pardon?
You are not.
Okay, Jacob is saying he can hear me. All right. So where are your colleagues? It's already 6:30. Where are your colleagues? Maybe let's give them 5 more minutes to join. Because there are only 2 students here. I'm not sure where is I'm going. Do you know about their whereabouts? Okay, so I want us to proceed. I want us to proceed with today's session. So somebody to share their screen. Somebody to share their screen. Who is sharing? We have Esther, Jacob, Robert, and Sherry. Who is sharing? Oh, Robert, yours is not working. Okay. Somebody whose software is working, please share your screen. Oh, Sherry, your software is not working too. Okay. Sorry for that. Esther, is your software working? All right. So Esther, the remaining option is you. How about you? I'm waiting for Esther's response. I'm not sure if Esther can hear me because I'm not receiving any feedback from her, neither text nor an audio. Neither is she also sharing. Esther, can you hear me? Okay, fine. So maybe she has a connection problem. Let me share for today. Okay, Rona, I've seen your text. Yeah, sure. Okay. All right, so you can see my screen, eh? Let me just start the recording. So I hope you can see my screen. I hope you can see my screen. So we can proceed. We can proceed. So let me just get back to the outline. What we are supposed to do today. What are we supposed to do? Okay. So last time, all right. So in our last class, we looked at how to create invoices. We looked at how to receive payments. After how to receive payments, we looked at creating sales receipts. We looked at creating purchase orders. And we saw how to receive items. Actually, I think I combined everything. So receiving items after creating a purchase order, where you were clicking on deliver. After creating a purchase order, the next step that you did was to order, and then after you order, then you select on deliver. So the moment you click on deliver, then it means that the items have been delivered, and with that, it means that you've already received the items. So the major thing that we have here today is how to pay suppliers. That is now payment to suppliers. So you've created a purchase order, you've received the items. So what is the next thing that you're supposed to do? The next thing that you're supposed to do is now to pay the suppliers. So now, how do you pay the suppliers? How do you pay the suppliers? So that is the next concept that we are going to look at, how to pay suppliers. So in payment of suppliers, we are still going to use the same file that we used last time. I believe we were using a private health clinic where we had some items that were ordered, and then from there, we have received those items after checking on the delivered box. Then now the next step is now to pay the suppliers. Now, this is the problem that I now have. My software is normally a skeletal. My software is normally a skeletal, so I'm not sure. Let me just check. Which file are we using? Private health clinic. So I don't have the file for private health clinic. Neither do I have a file that has items that can be used for this. Who is here and they have the software installed and they have the appropriate files? Because mine is a problem. I will just show you how to do it, but I will not do anything. Who has the software installed and they have the information in their software? Nobody. Nobody has their software installed in this class. Oh, you guys must be lying. You must be lying. You must be lying. All right. So if there's nobody, then I will just proceed and I will just show you, because mine is a skeletal. I can actually not do anything with it. So don't worry about that. So I will just, I think this one has got some little data in it. So let me just click OK. To open that data, this is manager. Okay. All right. So this is now my my software now. So to pay suppliers, that is after you have received items, to pay suppliers, it is basically associated with the supplier center. You remember what I told you in the last class? To know the relevant tab that you're supposed to go to, you look at what you want to do, the activity that you want to perform, which is the relevant account that particular activity is associated to. In my case here, I want to pay suppliers. So which account is associated with that? It is associated to suppliers. So where do I go? I will go to the vendor center. The vendor is also known as the supplier. So to access the vendor center, you go to modules, and then from modules, you choose on suppliers. So I will click on suppliers. Then from here, from the supplier center, you can actually see the tasks that you can perform under supplier center. The first task that you can perform is to enter a new supplier, edit a supplier, manage payments, new purchase order. That is, if you want to create a new purchase order, place orders, deliver orders, update orders, make payment, write off, stroke refund, supplier refund, and order event. So in this case, what do we want to do? We want to pay suppliers. So what do? We go and make payment. So click on that, make payment. After you click on that, this window pops up. So the window has got the bank account reference. You key in the bank where you want to make payment using. The bank current account. That is the bank that is currently represented by this code 1200 is the bank current account. So in your system, you will have maybe many bank accounts that is registered. Maybe you operate an account with KCB. You operate an account with Cooperative Bank. You operate an account with Equity Bank. You operate an account with Stanbic, Standard Chartered, and any other bank that you may be operating with. So you may have those banking systems in your platform here. So anytime you want to make a payment, you choose on which appropriate bank that you want to make the payment to. But remember, when keying in your bank details, you will be prompted to key in the reference number. So each bank account will have a separate reference number that will be representing it. So in my case, these are the banks that I have in my system. So in this case, let's say maybe I want to make the payment using the bank current account. So I will click OK. Oh, but oops, my bank balance is 0. So how will I make payments? Let me check if I have a bank account with money. Okay. Oh, this one also has nothing. So I don't have, oh, even my petty cash has nothing in it. So I don't have a bank account with money, eh? Oh, all right. I will show you later on how to deposit money into your accounts. For now, let me just show you this with this. So your bank balance will always indicate here. Bank balance down here. This is where your bank account balance will always indicate. So here you choose the bank account reference. After this, then you have the date. The date is the date on which you are making your payment. We have the check number. If you're making the payment using bank, then if you're using the check, then you indicate the check number here. Let's say maybe check 1112. If you're making a direct bank transfer from your bank account to the next bank account, that is the account now of the payee, then you will not need to key in the check number because you will not have the check number in that case. Next is the payee. Whom are you paying? Oh, I don't have any. Let me just try and create a new one. Okay. So the account reference, maybe let's say, for instance, goods were delivered from Textbook Center. So Textbook Center. What am I keying in? Textbook Center, right? Okay, so Textbook Center, all right. So after keying in the payee, then what should happen is when you look at this table, all the debt that you owe to that particular payee should be on this table here. You have the number, the type, the account, the date, the reference, the exact reference, the details, terms and conditions, amount, any disputed amount, the payment, and the discount. So once you key in the details of the payee here, then all the details of the payment that you need to make will appear on this particular table here. After that, then you can now proceed to make the payment. How do you make the payment? You proceed to make the payment by clicking on save here. You click on save. After that, it goes and then a new payment sheet is created. So in the new payment sheet, if you want to proceed making your payments, then you will proceed in that order. So you key in the bank account reference, that is the bank from where you want to make your payment, the payee details, the particulars applied to receive the payment. The date is very important. You key in the date on which you're making the payment, check number, just in case you're using a check. And then after that, all the details will appear here, all the debts that you owe here. So for instance, if you want to make the full payment, then you will click on pay in full. But in case you don't want to pay in full, maybe you want to pay half. Under payment here, you will receive a dialog box that will enable you to key in the amount that you want to pay. So you'll just divide by 2 and then you key in the amount here. So from there you save, and then that is how you make your payment. So that is how you pay your, that is how you pay your suppliers. Then something that we never tackled, is how to enter bills. How to enter bills. Remember, the company will always incur some bills or some expenses. These include things like transport costs. They include things like electricity bills. They include things like rent for the particular company, or whichever expense that the company may incur. We looked at how to enter services. We looked at how to enter the stock items. We looked at how to enter the non-stock items, how to enter products, how to enter suppliers, how to enter customers. But we've not looked at how to enter bills. So whenever a company incurs any bills, say for instance, electricity bill, rent, because that is also a bill, water bills, maybe some bills that are being used maybe for lunch purposes or whatever bill that it may be. How do you enter that in your system? So let me just check a file with the bills. Let me just check a file with the bills. Great. Wait a minute. Did I share with you a file called Seaways? Seaways? Did I share Seaways? I believe I did. Somebody to confirm that? Oh, all right. Thank you, Esther. Let me just check if I can open it in my laptop so that I can just make a display. So, Seaways. Where did I store it? I just want to show you. Okay. Just a minute. Seaways. All right, I got it. Okay, so let me just share a new one. This is my don't know why my file is not displaying. Can you see my file, Seaways? I'm sharing Seaways. Okay. So this is now the file. So I believe we recorded these ones. Seaways is a company. Let me increase the zoom a little bit. Okay, I hope that is more visible. So Seaways is a company that deals with sales and supply of computers and accessories, networking maintenance, repair of computers, printers, and other hardware. The company also performs installation of computer software. During the month starting January 2019, the company had the following balances: kitchen equipment, buildings, motor vehicles, computers, furniture. The company had the following balances in the accounts: Barclays Bank had a balance of 6 million, Equity Bank 900,000. The company offers the following services. The company sells the following items. So those are our products. The following transactions took place during the following transactions took place. 3rd January 2019, the following customers brought their computers for repair. So you should note that this is a service. This is a service. So anytime when you'll be going to key in this in your system, this is a service because they brought their computers for repair. Repair is not a product. Repair is a service. So these ones, while you are keying them in your system, you will categorize them as services. And then next, 4th January 2019, Mulo wanted his computers, his company's computer serviced and wanted to buy a new UPS worth 10,000. His computers were 20 in total. So here there is a purchase, there is a service, that is repair of the computer. So on 6th January, the company incurred the following expenses. Great, this is what I want us to do. On 6th January, the company incurred the following expenses. The first expense is that they paid electricity worth 6,800 shillings to KPLC, internet 1,600 to Jamii Telecom, water bill 2,000 to NCWSC. I don't know what is that. Postage 5,500 to Posta Kenya. So these are company expenses, or in other words, they are bills that the company is supposed to pay. So now when we want to key in these ones in our accounting system, then how do we key in the bills? So to key in the bills, let me now shift back to Sage. I hope you all have this file and you can access it. So to key in bills, or how to enter bills, you go to modules, and then from modules, you go to suppliers, because bills is still associated with suppliers. So you go to the supplier center. Then from the supplier center, you will now not go under the tasks. You will not go under the tasks here, but you will go to links down here. You can see these at the middle. So we have supplier list, product list, purchase order list, activity, aged balances, price list, batch invoice, batch credit, disputes, and reports. So in this case, we are going to use the batch invoice, this option here. So you click on batch invoice. After you click on the batch invoice, then this particular information will appear here. So in this particular table, what you are supposed to do here is to key in all the bills that you need to pay. You key in all the bills that you need to pay. The first one, the first column here is the account. So under the account, you choose the respective supplier associated with the bill that you want to pay. So who is our first supplier? Our first supplier is a KPLC, because the first bill was electricity bill worth 6,800 shillings. That was paid to who? Was paid to KPLC. So who is the supplier? The supplier is KPLC. But is KPLC in our list of suppliers? Let's see if KPLC is in the list of our suppliers. So KPLC is not in the list of our suppliers. So what do? You say new here. You say new. And then with that, it brings you to this window. So you key in the details of your new supplier. So you want to pay to KPLC. So let me say KPLC is the reference. And then the company will be Kenya Power. Let me just leave it at that point. Or Kenya Power Lightning. What is KPLC in full? Lightning and Company. Yeah? or Lightning Company, yeah. Kenya Power Lightning Company. All right. And then after that, you say save. So once you do that, the supplier information, your new supplier is therefore created. And who is our new supplier? Our new supplier is KPLC, who is Kenya Power Lightning and Company. Then you click OK. It tells you terms have not been agreed with this account. No problem. Just say OK. NC is nominal code. Don't worry about that. NC is the nominal code. We have got the date in which the transaction is being made. And then we have the net. This is now the total amount that we owe KPLC. So how much did the company pay to KPLC? The company incurred a bill of 6,800 shillings that was paid to KPLC, and the bill is electricity bill. So the amount is 6,800 shillings. So here we're going to have 6,800. And then under the details, what is this bill for? It is electricity bill. So under details, you say electricity bill. And then once you've recorded that, you proceed to the next supplier. So who is the next? Who is the next supplier? The next supplier is let me see the next supplier. So the next supplier is Jamii Telecom. The next supplier is Jamii Telecom. Which bill was paid to Jamii Telecom? Internet bill. What how much? 1,600 shillings. So we say Jamii Telecom. We say Jamii Telecom. So Jamii Telecom, are they in our list? They are not in our list. So we say new. And then here, Jamii Telecom, let's give them JT. Company is Jamii Telecom. All right. After that, you click on save. Then you say, okay. Terms have not been agreed with this account. All right. The net amount was 1,600 shillings. And then how much? Sorry, what was the reason for this? Jamii Telecom we paid for internet. So we say internet. All right. The same applies to the other suppliers. The same applies to the other suppliers. So who is the next supplier? The next supplier is NCWC, which was water bill. So we say next is going to NCWC. So this one, say new. And then account is NCWC. The company, let me just make an assumption. It is Nairobi Water. Nairobi what? Nairobi Company. Oh, let me just key in Nairobi Company Water. It's not making sense, eh? But let's use that for this class. Let me just get out something here is disturbing me. Let me look for an appropriate place for it. It's not working. Eh? All right. So after this, you click on save. Nobody knows what is NCWC here. Okay. Then you say, okay. Then the amount to NCWC was 2,000. The description, this was water bill. So here we say water bill. And the next was paid to Posta Kenya. The next was paid to Posta Kenya. So we say Posta Kenya. Let me say PK as the code, and then the company is now Posta Kenya. The company is Posta Kenya. You click on save. Then you say okay. Okay. So the net is now the total amount that was paid to Posta Kenya. That was 5,500. The description, it was postage. So you say postage. All right, so now we finished keying in all the bills. We are done keying in all the bills. So look at this. The totals is automatically adjusted. The totals is automatically adjusted here. But we have the VAT here. Each and every product is charged VAT. For instance, electricity bill, we have a VAT of 1,190. We have a VAT of 280 for this is internet, 350 for water bill, 965 shillings and 50 cents for postage. So that brings the total for VAT to 2,782 shillings. And the total bill that we are supposed to pay was 15,900. So with that, it brings our accumulated totals to 18,682 shillings and 50 cents. So it is just a breakdown of how the balance is coming in. We have VAT charge here. So that means that when I was keying in my company details, I included the VAT details here. So after that, after you've keyed in all the details of the suppliers, then you now come here and click on save. So after that, you've saved your bills. But what you've done is only to enter bills. What you've done is only to enter bills. You have not yet keyed in, you have not yet paid your bills. But you are told that on 6 January 2019, the company incurred the following expenses. So that means that they already paid. So what do we need to do next? The next thing that we need to do is now to pay the bills. So how do you pay bills? You go to modules to pay the bills. You go to modules, and then you go to the supplier center. Let me close this. And then from the supplier center, you now choose on make payment. You say make payment here. Okay, so here you choose on which suppliers to pay. So the pay, let's say the first supplier that you want to pay is Jamii Telecom. So the pay is the specific supplier that you are paying. So you want to pay Jamii Telecom. So you will choose on Jamii Telecom, then you say okay. So after you do that, what do you realize? The cost that is associated with that particular supplier is displayed here. In fact, it gives you a brief detail of the particular bill that you want to pay. What is the detail? This particular cost was incurred for internet. So we paid Jamii Telecom for internet. So the payment is now the amount that you need to pay. What amount do we want to pay? It is 1,880 shillings that we owe to Jamii Telecom. Any discount? Currently at 0, we do not have any discount being issued to this particular customer. So what do you do next? You say pay in full. So as you say pay in full, look at what happens here. Our bank balance was 0 here. But the moment you say pay full, our bank balance gets to negative 1,880. So that means that we are operating on a deficit. We are operating on a deficit in our account. All right, let's try if it will work out. Pay in full. Oh, it needs me to key in the. Okay, so I don't have any discount. All right. Okay. Oh. Okay, so pay in full. What's happening with my? All right, fine. So that is how you pay for your bills. Let's try pay the next bill. The next bill is for Kenya Power and Lightning Company. So you say that, you click OK. Then the bill for Kenya Power is automatically brought in here. So you say pay in full, and then you save that. Who is the next bill that you want to pay? Nairobi Water Company, the NCWSC. You choose on that. So let's say, for instance, you didn't want to make the full payment. Let's say, for example, Nairobi, all right, the NCWSC paid in half. So what do you do in that case to pay in half? Under payment, you go to this calculator like icon here. You click on this, and then this small calculator will pop up for you. So if you want to pay in half, then you will take the total amount here divided by half. So that will be 2350. So 2350. And then you divide by this / here is the symbol for divide by. So you click on this / and then you input 2, because we are now dividing by 2. Then you say okay. So when you do that, look at the total that you now need to pay. The total that you now need to pay is 1175. That is the half payment for this 2350. What if you made quarter payment? The same will still apply. You just come to this calculator, and then you say 2350 divided by 4 to signalize the quarter payment. Then you click on equal sign. What is the amount that you need to pay? 587.5. And then after that, when you now do the half payment, you will say save. But when you make the full payment, you will say pay in full. So in this instance, let's say, for instance, we are paying this. So we say save. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. We've paid quarter payment for Nairobi Water and Company. So what was our balance for Nairobi Water and Company? It was 2,500 and something. But what did we do? We paid half. So when we select on this account now, the amount that comes in is now 1,762. So this is the amount that we still owe. We had paid half. So now let's assume that you want to pay all this amount in full. So what do? You come here and say pay in full. Then after you say pay in full, this amount will be automatically adjusted under the payment here. So it is now 1,762 shillings and 50 cents. After that, you say save. So with that, you've now made the full payment. So let's see if it's still there. It was the NCWC. Okay. So if you now key in the supplier, there's nothing. So that means that you owe that supplier nothing. You've paid everything. Let's look with Jamii Telecom. Do we have any bill? No, because we had paid everything. So we go to the next, is Posta Kenya. All right, so Posta Kenya, let's make an assumption that they made half payment. So what do you do when they made half payment? Under payment here, you just come and click on this calculator icon here. After you click on this, let me maybe expand this so that you can see. All right. So I'm saying that you come here and click on this calculator like icon. After clicking on this, then this small calculator will pop up. So what is the total amount that you're supposed to pay to Jamii, to Posta Kenya? You're supposed to pay 6462.50. But we are saying that we made half payment for this particular bill. So what do? You will say 6462, and then you divide by 2 because it's half. Then you click on this equal sign. So we are paying 32.31. So after that, what do? You click on save. So let's see the balance that we now owe to Posta Kenya. So you just go and click on that specific supplier, then you click OK. So we now owe 32.31.5. So here now, what do? We can now make a full payment. So let's say maybe we want to pay in full. All right, then you click on save. Okay, so that is how you That is how you make payment. Do we have any other supplier that we've not paid? Oh, none. So we've paid, or let me check textbook center. Oh, we have no bill for textbook center. So that is how you pay your suppliers. That is how you pay your suppliers. So not your suppliers, sorry. How you pay your bills. Yeah, but still the same. You can also use the same method to pay. It is the same method that enables you to pay your suppliers. So what you do first of all is just that you go and enter the bills that you want to pay. After entering the bills, then you proceed to pay your suppliers. Okay, so I'm not sure. Somebody can remind me. Did we? Okay, do you want to save changes? All right. Yes, so remind me if we looked at how to enter opening balances. Did we look at how to enter opening balances? Did we look at how to enter opening balances? Let me just check on a file here. Okay. So let's check on this file for let's check on this file for Riverside traders. Let me just check on it, then I open it for you. Riverside. Okay, this one here. Okay, so new share. And I will share this. All right, so hope you can see. So here you are told that Riverside Traders is a company that deals in all sorts of trade, and recently they have asked you as the accountant to computerize the accounting system for next year starting 1st January. Oh, this should not be 97. This should be 2020. All right. So they say that balances in the books at the close of this year stand as follows. So trial balance as at 31st Dec 2019. We have a motor vehicle at 50,000, furniture at 40,000, computers at 30,000. We have bank 30,000 and cash 20,000. So opening balances. These are opening balances. So how do you key in opening balances into your system? How do you key in opening balances into your system? So key in opening balances. To key in opening balances, you go to modules. You go to modules, and then you all right. We can proceed. So to key in opening balances, you go to modules, and then you choose nominal ledger. So from here, you say new. So you can actually enter new new asset. You can record. You can see the record, sorry. You can see the activities. You can have your journals. any reversal, if there is any prepaid service that you have, or any particular prepayments that were made, any items that have accrued, and you can also generate the reports. So if you want to enter new opening balance, you will choose on new. Click new, and then this window comes in. So from this window, you are told, just a minute. All right, you can proceed. So this window, you are told, welcome to the nominal record wizard. Use the nominal record wizard to guide you through creating a new nominal account. The wizard will ask you for the following information: the nominal record name and account type, the nominal account code and category, any opening balance that should be applied to the nominal account. It's all right. That's just a preview of the information that you need to get ready with as you create this. So you'll say next. Then the name. Now, what are we keying in? We are keying in motor vehicle. We are keying in motor vehicle. The type, what is it? Motor vehicle is a fixed asset. So from here, you choose whether it is a sales item, it is a purchase item, direct expenses, or an overhead, fixed assets, current liabilities, long-term liabilities, capital and reserves. Yeah, so these are the major balance sheet items. So from here, I don't expect somebody to ask me how to key in the capital that you have, how to key in long-term liabilities. For instance, if you have loans, how do you key in that? If you have a loan that is not due or is not more than 1 year, how do you key in that? Current assets, fixed assets, overheads, direct expenses, purchases, and sales. How do you key in that? You simply come to this window here. But remember, we use the nominal ledger for opening balances only, not when keying in new ones. So this is used for opening balances. So here I will say fixed assets because motor vehicle is a fixed asset. Then I say next. Then the category. Under what category do motor vehicle fall? Motor vehicle falls under the category of motor vehicles. So I will say motor vehicles. Then the reference for that is 0052. If you need to edit, you edit and put your own reference here. For this case, I will use the default 0052. Then you say next. So do you wish to post an opening balance for your new nominal account? No, there's no opening balance to enter. And yes, I wish to enter an opening balance. So here we have an opening balance. What will you do? I will say yes, I wish to enter an opening balance. Then you say next. So from here, you choose on either to whether to debit or credit the opening balance that you want to key in. What happens with the opening balances for fixed assets? Opening balances for fixed assets are debited in your balance sheet. So what will you do? You choose on debit. And then after you choose on debit, you come to the amount and then you key in the total amount of the opening balances. What is the total amount of the opening balances that we have? The total amount for opening balance that we have, motor vehicle was worth 50,000. So you say 50,000. Then you say next. So you have successfully entered details for your new nominal account. Select finish and the new record will be created and any opening balance entered will be posted. So by default, this will affect your current statement of financial position because it tells you that you have successfully entered details for your new nominal account. So select finish and the new record will be created and any opening balance entered will be posted. So the moment you keyed in the opening balance, the moment you click on finish, then that will be posted to your statement. So just say finish. All right. Then now when you go to the total fixed assets, the value is now adjusted by 50,000. We have 50,000 here. So I now have 50,000 in the debit for my total fixed assets. All right, so I proceed and key in the next one. So I just say new, then you say next. So what is the next fixed asset? The next fixed asset is, where is that record? Should be this one. Okay, so the next fixed asset is furniture. So furniture was worth how much? Furniture was worth 40,000 shillings. So you go back and key furniture, then it is worth 50,000 shillings. So here, all right, I'll just say furniture. So furniture, and then the type, it should be it should be fixed assets. Then you say next. Category should be furniture and fixtures. This one here. The reference is 0042. Then you say next. Yes, I wish to enter an opening balance. So what is my opening balance? Say next. So I will debit it. I will not credit. And my opening balance is 40,000. My opening balance is 40,000. Then you say next. Then you finish. So look at your totals for fixed assets now. What is your totals for fixed assets? 90,000. What did we have initially? We had 50,000, but how much have we added? We have added 40,000. That is totaling it now to 90,000. All right, let's record the next one. The next one is, which is the next one? The next one is computers. Yeah, computers. Computers were 30,000. So we key in the computers. We'll now key in the computers. So here, all right. I'll now have computers. Computers. The type, computers are also fixed assets. Fixed assets. Say next. Category. Category for computers. Okay. Should be office equipment. Office equipment. Then you say next. So do you wish to enter an opening balance? Yes, I wish to enter an opening balance. Then I say next. I will debit that with how much? I will debit it with 30,000. I will debit it with 30,000. I will debit it with 30,000. Then you say next. Then you finish. All right. The next one. The next one is bank. The next one is bank. So there was an opening balance with the bank of how much? 30,000. So we have an opening balance in bank of 30,000. So we record that. We record this should now be bank. Bank. Type. What type? Somebody, what type do we choose here for bank? The type? I'm waiting for your response. Nobody knows. Under what type do bank fall? Okay. Thank you, Bora and Sherry. So bank will be current assets. So we now choose on current assets. Can you say next? The category. All right. The category for bank. Let me see. Yeah. So you will choose the appropriate category. Is it a stock item? Is it debtors? Is it deposits and cash? Is it credit card? That is for debtors. So in this case, I will choose deposits and cash as the category. So deposits and cash, the reference is 1211. Then say next. Yes, I wish to enter opening balance. Say next. And my opening balance, I will still debit. My opening balance is 30,000. So just in case your bank balance was an overdraft, just in case your bank balance was an overdraft, then you could choose here on credit. So instead of debit, you say credit here. But in this case, let's debit. We are not told if it was an overdraft. So you just debit and then you say next. Then you finish. All right. So we have total current assets here, 32,782. So that means that we had 2,782 previously in our system. When we have it, we've added 30,000. So that brings us to 32,782. All right. We record the last one. The last one was cash. The last one was cash. What is the category? Not the category, but the type. What is the type for cash? What is the type for cash? All right, current asset. So thank you. So we'll use the type current asset. So here you select on current assets. Then you say next. The category, cash, cash, cash. What is cash? It may have come from debtors or let me choose on the category of deposits and cash, deposits and cash. Then you say next. Yes, I wish to enter an opening balance. Say next. My opening balance is 20,000 shillings, so 20,000. All right. Then you say next. Then you click on finish. Okay, so that is basically how to enter opening balances, how to make payments, and any other relevant information that we have any other relevant information that we have looked at. So that is how simple Sage is. That is how simple Sage is to operate. That is how simple Sage is to operate. So we talked about making some errors or making some mistakes while keying in your records. So when you make a mistake, when you are keying in your records, then how do you make corrections? So we will look at that in our next class. So in the next class, you're supposed to look at let me just check. So what are you remaining with? Oh, we have creating quotations, changing tax and tax codes, and making corrections. Then in the last class, we have creating reports, creating users, and changing user passwords. So creating reports, this will take some time. Creating reports, this will take some time. How to generate your reports. But we have some categories of reports. We will see how you generate the various reports within your system. So for today, I want us to end there. Let me know if there is any question. Any question? So I'm just looking for something here. Okay. All right. So when is our next class? When is our next class? Let me just check. We are supposed to be finishing on Sunday, but I want you to rest on Sunday. So can you accept we have a class tomorrow? I want us to finish before Sunday. So if you accept, we can finish tomorrow. I'm looking for something here, but I don't know where I've placed it. Let me just get back. Oh, as a HTML file, no wonder. So I'm asking if you are okay having a class on Sunday, not on Sunday, but tomorrow, and nobody is answering. But tomorrow you have ITAX. Let me just check on your timetable. Your timetable is refusing to display. Oh, okay. All right. So here is your timetable. So tomorrow is a Tuesday. Oh, you have ITAX from 6 to 8. You are taking ITAX, eh? Who is taking ITAX here? Let me check. Oh, Esther, you are taking ITAX. Okay. All right. Who is taking advanced Excel? Advanced Excel? Who is doing advanced Excel? Oh, okay. So we just we'll just stick to the timetable. Eh? So we will we'll just proceed with the class on Sunday. So we'll just have to finish on Sunday as it was planned. Because I can see you are there are many people taking more than one course. So let's just proceed with it as it was planned. So that means that our next class is on Thursday. That means our next class is on Thursday, and then from Thursday we will have how many more classes remaining after Thursday? Let me just check on this. So we've done up to lesson 4. Eh? So we have lesson 5 and lesson 6. Oh, we have 2 sessions remaining. So actually we'll be able to finish before Sunday. Eh? Oh, okay. We'll be able to finish before Sunday. So we have the one on Thursday and the one on Saturday, then we finish. Oh, okay. So that is okay. That's okay. So we will finish on Saturday, 6 to 8. All right. So any question? Any question? How many are in this class whose softwares never went through the installation process? If your software did not install, only Sherry, Jacob.
Also me, sir.
All right. So oh, it disappeared. So I directed you to some site. Let me just there is a there is some site I directed you to. It is called, so when you go to your browser, just search for getintopc.com. This one here. In your browser, just search for getintopc.com. Getintopc.com. And then it will take you to this site here. So once you are here, from this search here, this one here, I hope you can see what where I'm pointing. Just search for Sage. Is it Sage Accounting? Let me just check. Sage Accounting. Oh, it's not Sage Accounting. Let me see. Sage Public. Oh, what is it? It's called Sage what? I'm forgetting the other name. Oh, what's happening? Yeah. I'm still looking for the appropriate name. I just forgot the exact name. I don't know which name is used. Sage Accounting Software. Sage Accounting Software. Sage Accounting Software. Oh yeah, so oh, it should be Sage Peachtree. Sage Peachtree. I think it's this. I think it's this one. No result. This is joking with me. But it's this one here. You see this one for Sage Peachtree. Or you can use this one. Because we are all using 2010, just get to Peachtree 2010, this one here. Peachtree 2010 free download. So this is now Sage Public. This is now Sage Public. So once you get here, you will download it. But before you download, look at this. Before installing software, you must watch this installation guide video. So this will guide you in the installation process, because actually it is not easy to install. So you must watch this. Sage Public its installation is much complicated as compared to the ones that we have. So you will watch this video here, how to install this software, that will guide you. And then after that, or you can also download a documented guide. It's quite heavy, 664 MBs. So if you don't want to watch, you can download, or you can watch. And then after that, you come and then you say, after you download, there is this password here that you'll be required to use. When you begin the installation, you'll be required to key in this password 123. So please note that all passwords from getintopc.com are normally 123. So if you get any other strange password, then that is not getintopc.com. So you will use this password of 123, or maybe any other password that will be provided to you, and then you proceed with no, this setup are the files. Sorry, there's no documented. There's no document for how to install. You'll just watch here, and then this is now the files that will guide you in the installation. So after downloading this file, for you to open this file, you'll be prompted to key in this password of 123, and then from there, you proceed with the installation process. So you can as well use Sage Public. You can as well use Sage Public, though it is you will find it quite complicated, but at least it will be complementing that than when you don't have. So that is another alternative that you have, maybe before you get another machine. So that is the site that I was telling you in the group. But I'm really working on how to get a solution to this Sage software. But it is not the first time that it is bringing the challenge. It has always been there. I've never done Sage installations without having these challenges. So I'm just working on how to get a solution for the software. The problem is that there are cracked versions, and cracked software versions really have got a lot of problems. So that is the only challenge that I have from my end. But I'm working on it. Once a solution is found, I will share with you too. The group is still there, so long as you're in the group, I will share with you. Thank you, guys. I want us to stop at that point, unless we have any question. Bora, I know your software is not yet installed. Maybe if you can remain in this, if you can remain after this, so that I guide you in the installation. Is that okay? Can you remain in the meeting? All right, sawa. So maybe the rest, if we don't have questions, then we can leave, and then I have Bora so that I guide him in the installation. Bora is a new student. That is why I'm telling him to remain behind. He's a new student, so I can guide him in the installation process. So we are free to leave. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Okay, so Bora, what I want you to do first of all, I want you to go off. Take your PC offline. If your computer is connected to the internet, let me first of all stop this recording. I'll stop it from my side, but then I cannot stop the other one from the original host. All right. So Bora, we can proceed. You had downloaded the files?
Hello, sir.
Let me just check on my files if I have them here.
Okay.
So I will open this.